to another episode of Struggle Dynasty. As I said in the last episode, I'm still going to try to do like 2-3 hours worth of streams in a day. What I'm going to do, I'm going to break it up into game by game, you know? So it's not so long. Week 7, game 7, 4-2, 0-5. I think we got about 6 points, if not 6-5 for sure. 6-5. I did my training for the week already. Yeah, it's just game time now. So, play full game. Let's get some Pandora going. If you follow me, you know I do comedy on Pandora.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we've got a team that's been great at defending the pass. The Bills are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Lions, who will need to solve that secondary. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at what's now known as New Era Field here in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And the way they played last week.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff from a great field position. They'll run it with McCoy. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. This give is to McCoy. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well.
Here we go now. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camp.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Green 39. Green.
A give to McCoy. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Blue, line it.
Here's McCoy. And he is knocked down from the side, right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right?
Here comes the Lions punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On second down, it's McCoy. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now back to throw. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now 2 picks thrown by the rookie here on the road in this one in hostile territory.
And you know the discussion all week, any week, is take care of the football. But it's especially important on the road, and now he's made his team's task that much more difficult with these interceptions.
Yeah, a pair of first-half picks. We'll see how he bounces back later. Right now, their defense rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 10-zip our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now McCoy. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They'll try again with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a LaShawn McCoy touchdown run. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision. Right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Shift together here from the D-line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 33. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down. Taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
McCoy. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will take the ball with a first. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, here we go. Green, 35.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
On is the punter King to send it away. This is taken at the 15. 1 minute 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to Buffalo after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner.
Here we go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if you're through 4 in the first half.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly.
So I can still trade next week, I believe. see what kind of tray off this is the cap.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Redskins coming in at 5-1, going up against the Lions, who come in at 5-2. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton.
Dude, I think my mic was off for the longest. That sucks.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just a few moments ago, it was the Redskin defense being introduced, and the largest cheers went for their Pro Bowl cornerback, Josh Norman, as he and his guys get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively. And in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space. No gain.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". First down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrinkle and hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 54 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters.
Oh. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They run a draw here on second down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's third down.
That was a tremendous play by the defensive line. We always talk about leverage versus any play. How about versus the draw? Underneath, they get into the backfield and make a big-time play.
Whoa. Side complete. That's Richardson. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out now come the Lions. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Ryan Kerrigan's motor runs really high. There's no dispute about that. But what gets underplayed is his skill level. He knows how to set up offensive linemen in order to get to the quarterback. And once he gets there, he's able to knock the ball away consistently. Actually set a record while he was at Purdue for forced fumbles. Does the same exact thing in the NFL.
He'll drop to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
They'll run here with Zinner. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you talk about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
It's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams will say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Come on, man.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go again now with Zenner. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They got the lead last time, had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now running right through it. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Yeah, only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-0. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A gain of 6 there on first. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And our focus now moves to Adrian Peterson. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. Kirk Cousins with 1 touchdown pass thus far. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Good defense holds them to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Not bad.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis.
Okay, let's see.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. This is something you may have to deal with when you give the keys to the offense to a rookie quarterback. Now 2 first-half interceptions.
And you do expect it. But I think this deep into the season, you're expecting that to improve and not see it quite so often, or definitely not in this case. So when he goes to the sidelines and the head coach puts his arm around him, he might not be talking to him in nice tones.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And
back to throw here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And Reed with it over the middle. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run. This is Zanner. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Carry. This is Zanner. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Broken tackle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run.
red zone now. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Center. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Lions on third. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. They send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go! Brad 38!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Come on, let's go! 190!
Now a handoff looking right. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Let's go! Brad 38!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
They'll look to throw here. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And Detroit getting set to go now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right near the 39. And that one results in 35 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. It's the Cardinals. They are up in that game to this point. David Johnson making the difference on the ground. He is scooting up towards 100 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. To throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Let's go! Blue landed!
He'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down.
me see here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Zach Center, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Uses the stiff arm. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a gain of 5 on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. As they come up on 1st and 10. There's a carry heading left. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Good. This is so nice. So nice.
Offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Again, he'll drop the throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The ball comes out, but fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Back to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career.
4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
That'll be taken in the end zone. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Danny Shelton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Tressway now. Goal line. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Good move at the 30. Still going. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
see. Drives. Good.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
That's a good first
and able
step.
to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 3. And it's a second down. Looking to throw. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jonathan Allen. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They've gone final now out in Kansas City. And the Cardinals have scored. That one's been interesting. They retake the lead. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Here we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's caught outright, Amendola. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They'll set up to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 6 seconds now, 5 seconds. They'll look to throw. A deep ball for Dotson. His throw incomplete.
Overtime it is.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
gun. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And Reed with it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Here we go!
And they give this time to the tailback. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Back to throw here. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They run the counter now on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he'll give it here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here comes the 8th.
Get this one.
Here we go.
It counts.
They'll look to throw here. And some room to maneuver. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime.
No touchdown. It's not good. Trying to make it seem like he's not ready. Trying to make it seem like he's not ready to leave, but don't have to be because he's a leader now. I'm gonna go and get an upgrade down here. Still way ahead in the north.
And then they're like, well, y'all should do something. Like, what do you think we're not doing? Do you think he has a gym membership and we don't drive him to the gym? He's a cat. That's his gym membership. He's a cat. I watched him jump from the ground on top of the refrigerator. That's like if I jumped on top of a school bus from the ground. Like if I did that, you're not gonna be like, well, you still could lose a little bit, you know?
don't even know who this guy is.
He's like the image of do not hit on me, okay? Like in the encyclopedia, don't hit on this woman. Like there's a picture of her. Like it's 10 in the morning, don't. This guy at the back of the bus did not ever see that encyclopedia entry and just goes, hey, what's up? And everyone's like, who are you talking to, you know? You never know if someone's just a crazy person on the bus that's just like, blueberries and sunshine. What's your name? And you're like, huh? And he's looking at like a tree outside. And you don't know. But this guy just goes, what's up? You know? And we're just like, huh? What's going on? And he's like, where are you going with those bags? And we realize he means her. And you see her just like that look on her face, like, really? Now? 10 a.m. You know? And he's like, what's up? She goes, what? What do you want? And he goes, want to get a drink? It's 10 a.m. Right? She goes, no. And he goes, one drink. Like, oh, that's the tipping point? Like, she'd be like, in that case, I'm Manhattan. I am a lady. Get my bags. You know? She goes, no, I don't want to get a drink with you. And what he said next was so stupid, it was genius, okay? I know it doesn't, it's a lot, it's a buildup, but strap in, okay? In crowded bus, she's like, I don't want to get a drink with you. He goes, that's not the point. We lost it. Everyone on the bus was just like, what isn't the point? What are you talking about? Like, it was an amazing, dumb thing to say. Like, what is it? Like, we laughed so hard on the bus, we met each other. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, what did he say? Hi, Diane, I'm Matt. This is Brian. We're going to go see the baseball game. What's not the point? He didn't even get anything else in. We were laughing so much at him. But for a second,
I'm out here trying to make the wrong trade. I'm supposed to be getting this guy
that's not the point.
as well if I can, which I know I can't.
Should I go with me? Like this weird Jedi mind trick move. And I want to use that move now that I've seen it, I've learned it. Like not to get girls, but to get things like coffee. You know, like my favorite coffee place is so hip and just I hate how hip it is because it's always crowded. There's always a line and there's guys putting people's coffees out. I want to skip the line one day and just go out where he's putting coffee. Coffee for Chris. And just take Chris's coffee and just walk. And when Chris is like, hey, that's not your coffee. Just go, that's not the point, man. And just walk. Chris is like, how did I lose that argument and my coffee? I'll just take another one. That guy's crazy. I don't know. Now, I'm also a drinker. So, I have fucked some fours. Shitload of threes. And 1-2. And when I fucked the two, that was the lowest point in my life. I gave up drinking for 18 months after I fucked the two. That's how important it is to be good looking. I fucked the two and my whole self-esteem was ruined. And I remember when I fucked the two.
See what I can
woke
do.
up in the hang on. I'm still writing the letter to my son, by the way. So I remember when I fucked the two, Hank, and I woke up next to her and I rolled over like I was hungover, like, oh, what happened? And then I saw her and went, oh no, fuck this! And I went into the fetal position. I started, oh, it's a fucking two. That's a two. That's a two.
Anybody high on
Everybody
it?
in this world likes to think they're a good person. Not all of us are good people. We all think
So
we're good
nobody's
people.
high on it.
And
Anybody
so my
needs a
brain did
quarterback
this. Come on,
right
Jim.
away.
You're better than this.
Dolphins.
Maybe
They
you
got a
won't.
quarterback. Josh Rosen.
Maybe you'll find out the thing
I
has
think Jesse
dreams
got
or
to stick with
feelings.
Josh Rosen actually. But here you go.
Give that a go.
One of yours. Can
So
I
I
get a first
roll
round?
over with the best
No,
of
I could probably get a
intentions, like,
second. Let's try
hey,
this.
Jim. Oh, no, fuck off. And I'm over. And she tried to comfort me with her claws. I'll never forget the two. But it's been so long now that I can laugh about it. I do laugh about it. I was in my car remembering how the two was the worst
pick up Shazier. Use him in trade bait. It's very tough. Feel like he earned this. What kind of difference is he gonna make having him there? They just beat us, I believe. Still could use a better quarterback. And here I am to give it to him. How is he running? Is he injured? Hmm. John Smokey Brown. Who is John Smokey Brown? Hmm. Talk about a beast.
this up later.